Greetings, this is Ron.
And this is Felonious the Wizard, and we are back with Chapping, episode 11.
This is a show in which two chaps come together. We each bring a random mystery topic to share, and we just discuss it and see what each other's point of view is.
And we usually are surprising ourselves and the other part. I've actually have had a lot of fun with this. It's my turn to start, and this time I'm going to start a bit on the low side. Are you writing much by hand, Ron?
I do not write much by hand in terms of text, but I do a lot of, maybe you could think of it as like storyboarding or mocking up the layout of how slides will look for work presentations or maps and sequences of scenes if I'm designing some sort of narrative story for either a role-playing game or a video game or something like that.
I have seen some of them, but you're also doing notes for your wife or for your good kid.
Like post-it notes, maybe.
Yeah,
definitely not notes. I don't. Yeah, I don't write too much by hand anymore.
No, and that is actually what my point is. Do you remember that we in school was learning? I'm not totally sure that you did, but I was learning something we called cursive writing.
Oh yeah.
You too?
Of course, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and what are we using that for now?
Well,
50 years later.
Just to sign on some legal documents, but
exactly.
In fact, here in the States, as far as I know, around here this is true, and I think it's pretty much countrywide, but it's not even really taught in school anymore.
No, not here.
You don't have to sign for your checks, and
no, you can just put an X.
Yeah, you use your computer for everything. So it's...
Yes, or bank ID or whatever you have on your phone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things that I think that looks absolutely gorgeous when you can see anyone write in cursive writing. It looks absolutely magnificent. But it's totally useless to learn.
What? I just... thinking about it right now, what is the point of trying to write a continuous set of letters without picking up the pen versus printing each letter of its own precise form?
Exactly, because it's so much easier also to learn and read a texted. We call it text, just simple text. Opposite to cursive writing. On the other hand, if you ever try to do it when you're older, you will see that somewhere between the brain and the arm, there is a connection still going. It's like riding a bike. You can do it if you want to. However, it doesn't look as good as it should.
Actually, just thinking about it now, like of the last 10 years, everything I've written... I don't think I've written anything in cursive. It's all been printed letters.
Yes.
My own form of chicken scratch, we call it.
Yes, but if you are hasty, you are actually not. Now you're not doing notes, but I do notes. I do notes to my colleagues at work and stuff, leaving them and telling them to wash up or whatever they are not doing. And I have noticed that sometimes I do just draw a line between two letters like I am doing cursive writing. I'm too lazy to lift the pen or something. I don't know. But when I look at what I've scribbled, because it's going to be scribbled, it doesn't look like it's ordinary text and printed text, or it's not looking like cursive writing either. It's looking like a mishmash between them. So I have to redo it. And redoing handwriting, I mean, you can almost feel the pain doing that. It's not good. But why did we learn it? I mean, what was the meaning of that?
I don't know. Was it just to look more not professional but more eloquent or elegant than the. Was it a social thing that
I don't
cursive looks
know.
better, looks more sophisticated
Yeah, but
than?
we back in Swedish schools, we all had to learn it. We all there was no getting away with it. We all had to learn it, and we also had special classes where we just sat and did 10 minutes of cursive writing because
Yep,
we had to do that. And I
yep.
don't understand it. We had so much effort and energy going into this, and now 40, 50 years later, I'm sitting here wonder why the did we do that, and why was it so important? Now I have tried to check this one backwards because there's always history books, and there's nothing written about it. There's no reason for it. But as you say, it looks better. I will probably blame the French. I
Yeah.
usually do. We had a French king hired, and since then nothing has been working in Sweden.
Well,
But
I mean, obviously, most of the letters look the same, but then you suddenly get a letter like a small R or even an
yeah,
S, which looks nothing like the printed letter.
nothing at all. And we have a special E that I learned that the later, well, 3 years later, my brother, he learned some other E that you could do, a small E, that is. And I was going, why did I learn that crazy one? Why couldn't I learn your one? And, well, back in that was the gap, because when he was learning, he didn't have that much cursive writing, and he was only 3 years younger than me. So I think I was one of the last one that had the hard one, but he had to do it as well. And of course, it is about concentration. You can't just sit and scribble while you are talking or doing some other stuff. If you're not doing, I'm not short. What is called short writing or something like that.
Shorthand.
Shorthand. Thank you. If you're doing that, then it's okay. You can just sit and just scribble. You will probably learn how to read it later on. But cursive writing is actually more. They had to be precise in height, precise in weight, width. There was so much going on, and they have to be really cursive as well. I mean, looking at the italic we are doing today on our computers, that's good. I don't see why we should do anything else. Well, it is one of those strange things that we had, and I probably could mention several other stuff, but just cursive writing. I was trying to do some cursive writing. Not that I'm not doing much handwriting myself, but I had an idea about trying to make my notes more readable, because even when I do normal text, as you call it, it doesn't really look good, and I have a hard time reading it myself. And
Yeah.
I had an idea that cursive writing would be easier to read.
See, I think my printed writing, text writing, would be better than cursive, and
It is.
the reason more legible because the cursive with the loops and
Yeah.
I think I might get more sloppy, but when I print letters, I always think back to my character sheets from role playing games
Oh yes.
where
Oh
you
yes.
you only had a very tiny line
Oh yeah.
to fit your letters or numbers into oftentimes,
Absolutely.
and you had to learn to write very clear, and you're often
Oh,
going to
yeah.
erase and write over that
Oh
section.
yeah.
So
That is totally true.
You
You had
could-
to almost be a professional accountant to fit everything you wanted into the narrow squares.
yeah, I think that and that was like I actually cared about what I was writing, whereas in
Oh, yeah.
school I was writing what I was told to write.
Exactly.
So if you're a teacher listening to this, if you want to teach your kids to write, somehow incorporate a character sheet into your classroom.
That is a very good idea. They can do a character sheet of themselves or someone they know.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and the characters could have different types, and then you just add a superhero ability or something like that.
Yeah, if you're
That
teaching,
could be cool.
if you're teaching basic arithmetic, have them get some six-sided dice,
Yes.
roll up some character sheets, and your kids will learn very quickly.
And if you're a good teacher, you have 10-sided dice. Okay. Well,
So-
I think we have cleared that one out at least.
So I'm trying to think of a topic that kind of goes with your topic, and then I said, forget that. I'm going to pick a topic that has absolutely nothing even related. So here's something
Good.
I was thinking about. We evolved from, if you believe in evolution, we evolved from four-legged creatures into two-legged creatures.
Yes.
But when you think about horses, tigers, all these four-legged animals can run faster than us. Most of them can jump farther than us.
Yes.
Why the heck why is two legs better than four? Shouldn't four legs be a better evolution than two legs?
Well, that is, I can give you a straight answer. Why didn't we get six legs, or should I say 6 limbs? Because what we suddenly need, we and the chimpanzee, we needed to use our hands. And we can't just walk on our hands and use them at the same time. So I think the evolution made us go straight up because we have to keep our balance. Now, the good evolution would have given us 2 pairs of legs and a couple of arms.
Yeah, why didn't...
That would be the perfect human being. I don't feel like it's going to be a human.
Like centaurs or something, right?
Yeah, like something like that. Absolutely. That's the perfect one. He can also shoot a bow.
Yeah, like I was struggling in my mind to think about why would we go away from 4 legs? Or if we had 4 legs today, obviously, the clothing industry would be
Yeah, but
different.
that's just inventions. They can do that.
Is there some sort of point of diminishing returns where 6 limbs requires more thinking than 4 limbs? Or
Not really. I mean, I'm not thinking about what my legs are doing down there. Hopefully they are still there. That's all I care about. And when you're walking, you're doing it so automatically that you can't even think about how you're walking. I have had, and you know this, I have had a yapping where I talked about the behind and how we look from behind when we are walking. And that, it hit me again now for a couple of years ago. How do we actually walk? I mean, I know the fact that muscles and bones and stuff, and I don't bother. It works. It just works fine. And 4 legs would probably do the same. We don't need more brain capacity to use 4 legs. However, if you're going to use our hands, that's a different matter. So,
or why not keep a prehensile tail or a
yeah,
third
that's
hand?
also. Oh, that would be cool. I would love to have a tail that wiggles back and forth while I'm walking. Now I know how I will look from behind.
Yeah, that would make you have you keep your balance, and you could
Absolutely.
also use it to grab onto things. I can see where it became less and less, or the theory is that it became less and less useful once we had hands. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah,
But it's
there
still
is one-
perfectly serviceable. Why get rid of a good
Absolutely.
tail?
And then we have the birds that actually wasn't a bird, it was a dinosaur. Look at the T-Rex. It also walked on 2 legs and had a really good tail to keep his balance, but he didn't even have hands. Those limbs he had up at arm length, or whatever you should call it, up at the shoulders, they were totally useless for anything. He couldn't even grasp a leaf from a tree. He had to use his big jaws to do that. So, yes, how come our species, decided to have this is the good form for us to evolve from? It is a very good question. I think perhaps we have some intelligent people out there who might actually know, but I would love to have 4 legs. It's too late for me because I have finished revolving a long time ago. It's only just brain damage still left. But still, it would be. I would love to have that.
Yeah. I mean, we would if we had 4 legs like a horse.
Yep.
Would we have invented something like cars, or would we have been going around fast enough that we wouldn't have needed cars?
Yeah, but that is the problem with us 2-legged people. We are lazy as well. If you are having 4, I mean, look at the horse. You are mentioning horse all the time, and I'm driving by horses most every day. And sometimes these horses, just for fun, starts to kick and run and having well, I don't know if they are really loving it or if they are afraid of my bus. I really don't know. But they do look like they are so happy. If just the grass were longer away and no fence were there. But still, I don't think we would have had today's transportation, and I wouldn't have to be a bus driver. That would be nice. Because I think we won't be that lazy. We need more muscles to drive 4 legs than we have 2 pair of just 1 pair of legs. So perhaps we also have to eat more. So we will probably have bigger refrigerators.
And
the doors need to be bigger. I mean, how high will we be? Can we fit into our normal houses? The bed, forget about the bed, won't be any. There are so many things. I've been watching a series called The Big Bang Theory. And in one of these episodes, there was actually debate about which 2 species, a human and another one, should we connect. I mean, if you have human and then you have, like, I don't know, a monkey or a dog or whatever, which type should we get together with? Which one should we clone ourselves with? And he was going like, I don't know, it was like a fly or something like that. And I was going, no way. But on the other hand, a fly has a lot of legs, have a good eyesight. And then if we keep some of the human stuff, then we could actually evolve really good, probably. But where to go next? That is a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is strange that I'm not totally sure that I was into it, but that the humans did evolve this way. And could we have evolved another way? Could we have had... It is the need for hands, but I can't really see the needs for hands because this is just a fun part. Back in last week or the week before that one, I saw a moose on a video that was showing. We have these automatic robot grass cutters going around. Yes. And a moose and a grass cutter met. And I can tell you that grass cutter is no more. Because the moose had so much strength, he just hit it once and it was dead. So if we were evolving to 4-legged, we would have a lot of strength in our 4 legs or our back legs too. And that sounds much more better than the one that's sitting here talking into a microphone.
I thought that was the start into a joke, a lawnmower and a moose met in the
field. Yeah, we can do that if we want to. But it was a short one. You can actually probably see the video. We are having a bit of a problem when it comes to videos. We are trying to see each other's countries, but I can't see the United States because I'm in the wrong region.
Yep. You're talking about TV shows.
Yes, in this case.
Yeah.
You can watch this, you said. No, I couldn't.
In this day and age, it doesn't make sense anymore.
No way.
So, but that's a
talking
topic
about
for another day, I think.
Absolutely. And if you did like this, just leave a comment.
And we'll catch you next time on Chapping.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.